Let's face it, all parents want to raise responsible, intelligent, caring, and capable children, but most parents haven't been trained how to do this. We at Tutorfy have created the A+ Parenting video series so we can share our knowledge with parents and give them the skills and information that they need to raise successful children. So today's lesson is going to be reading a textbook. Now you may have heard the following. It's boring, there's too much information, it's overwhelming, I read and don't remember what I read, I just don't get it, it's too confusing, I just don't like reading, and so forth. A lot of these phrases are said by kids who just don't have the skills to read effectively, and therefore they don't like it. Now kids really need to be taught these skills, and modeling these skills for them is one of the best ways that you can teach them. So what I recommend is getting a book. It could be something as simple as a cookbook, it could be a book of interest, it could be fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter what it is. But grab a book and sit down and read through a chapter or a section or even a couple pages and model it for your child. Show them how you read and how or what you should do to read effectively. And stress that reading, especially when you're reading nonfiction, that it's an active, not a passive process. Kids shouldn't be just sitting reading word after word after word. They should be actively reading, writing things down, thinking of things, making connections, and so forth. Now this is a list of some tips that you can share and, more importantly, model with your child when you're teaching them how to become an effective reader. The first thing you should do with your book in front of your child is sit down and just kind of skim through it, preview it, get some first impressions, just flip through the pages and see what you're going to be reading about. Then take your first pass through the material. Just get some general ideas. You should be reading very, very quickly, just skimming through it at this point, and just getting an idea about what it's all about. The second pass is where you slow down a lot, and this is where you try the RST method of reading, where you read a little bit. It could be a couple sentences if it's real complicated. It could be a couple paragraphs if it's a pretty easy read. But you read a small section. Read a little bit, then you stop and you think about what you just read. You just don't keep reading from beginning to end without coming up for air. Read a little bit, stop, and think about what you just read. Some kids like to take notes. They like to write a few things down. Some kids will just mentally think about what they just read. Number 4 says, pictures say 1,000 words. Kids usually love to see pictures on pages because that means there's less reading that they have to do. But encourage your child to actually look at those pictures or diagrams, read the captions, see how they're related to the reading, and why did the author put the pictures in there in the first place. So really encourage them to not skip pictures, because sometimes one little picture, one little diagram will make the reading make so much more sense. Now words are bold-faced for a reason. Make sure your child understands that. Talk about why the author did that and how important those words are and so forth, and what the child can do as a strategy with those words. Maybe jot them down, maybe make flashcards, keep a list, review them before you start reading. All sorts of different things you can do with those bold-faced words. Number 6, talk to yourself. Like I said before, reading should be an active process. So read a little bit and talk out loud. Show the child what's happening inside your brain normally. Now normally, obviously, you don't talk out loud when you're reading. But normally you have an internal dialogue taking place while you're reading. You're reading words, you're thinking about what's to come, you're thinking about what just happened, you're trying to make connections. All of that's happening as you're reading. And sometimes the children don't realize that that should be happening in their brain also until you actually point it out to them. So model that for them. Tell them what you're thinking as you're reading through the passages. Number 7, make your child realize that practice makes permanent. You didn't get to be a great reader because you read 1 or 2 passages your entire life. You read and read and read. Make them realize that they will also find things much, much easier after they practice a significant amount of time. Number 8, make connections. Some kids don't understand why they have to read certain things. Try your best to make connections and show them how what they read connects to their everyday life, or to their future, or to their past. And finally, number 9, use technology. Kids are surrounded by technology. Find a way to catch your child's attention and use technology and incorporate it into what they're reading. For instance, maybe they can make online flashcards. I have an entire video coming up that explains how to do online flashcards on the web, and they really, really like that. Maybe have them type it out in outline as they're going through it. Or if they come across a concept that they don't quite understand, maybe have them Google images of that concept. You know, if they're reading about photosynthesis, They can go to Google and Google images for photosynthesis or chloroplasts or whatever they happen to be reading about, and they can better understand it if the textbook isn't making it clear. So the kids can do all sorts of stuff with technology, find out what they like to do, and then try to see a way that you can connect it to their reading passage. Now let's go take a look at a handout that will walk you through these steps a little bit more in detail. So here's the handout that you can download from our website. It's called Reading a Textbook, and it talks about a lot of the different topics that we just mentioned, a lot of the ideas that you can model or share with your child. So I recommend downloading this, sitting down with your child, and modeling it right there in front of them and teaching them how to become an effective reader. So if you go to our site, www.tutorfy.com/howtoreadatextbook.aspx, you can download the Reading a Textbook handout for free, and you can also sign up to have more videos just like this one emailed to you on a regular basis. We have a lot of other videos which will help you teach your child how to become an efficient and effective reader. Tutorfy understands that not all tutors enjoy working for big tutoring companies, where they rarely meet the same student twice, or they find themselves only providing nightly homework help to whichever students happen to log in each night. We also know that students want tutors that they can understand and relate to, and that truly care about their success. So Tutorfy has addressed the needs of both the tutors and the students, and built a company which offers the tutors the skills and the resources that they need to work for themselves and to build their own company. When you sign your child up with a Tutorfy tutor, you will be guaranteed that your child will be working one-on-one with the same tutor on a regular basis. Since the success of the tutor's business depends on how well the students are treated, you can be certain that your child will receive the highest quality tutoring possible. Your tutor will take the time to care. This will be obvious as the tutor gets to know your child and highlight his or her strengths, and then identify and improve on the weaknesses, starting from the very first session. You can expect regular consultations so you know exactly where your child stands and what progress is being made. Our tutors know that your success is directly related to their success, so they will do whatever's necessary to ensure that your child's academic success, and not just their grades, but confidence, attitude, and approach to lifelong learning, improves. Our interactive whiteboard will allow your child to receive the unique individualized help that he needs from the comfort of your very own home. With a simple microphone and speakers, the tutor and child can communicate both verbally and on the whiteboard as if they were sitting next to each other, and with the click of a button, your child can upload his homework, view pages of an online textbook, or explore a website with their tutor. Our tutors are well trained in making learning fun and exciting for your child. View our online demo to watch a short clip of a real-life tutoring session. Visit us at www.tutorfy.com/videos to sign up for more videos just like this one, and learn more about getting your child on the path to success with one of our caring and dedicated tutors. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.